short tea break. I request everyone.
He was also a visiting professor at All Union Cardiology Institute, Moscow, University of Leiden, Netherlands, and Max Planck Institute of Polymer Sciences, Mainz. He has also served as the president of the Society for Biomaterials and Artificial Organ India from 2009 to 2011. He has developed 9 biomedical products and published over 150 articles in professional journals. 24 students have been awarded PhD degree under his supervision. He is a consultant to several medical device and diagnostic industries. Professor Ray has made notable contributions in the area of biocompatible materials, and his topic for today is innovation in healthcare for India. I now request Mr. Ray to take over the stage, please.
Once again, honorable distinguished faculty of the university, distinguished guests, and my dear students. I am always excited among you people, the students, and I also am very envious of you. Because you are in a very privileged time. In my time, the grandfather was the most important person because he has all the knowledge, all the wisdom. But now, your time, the granddaughters are teaching their grandfather how to use iPad or how to speak on Skype. And your information system is Google. You just say like when I take class, I'm really serious. Only I teach which cannot be found if you can Google it. Because the students sitting there are going on Googling. Any word I will tell, they will Google it. So therefore, teaching has become now a very difficult thing. Because you have to teach something which student cannot Google. Say like, but today, I am not saying something like an interactive class. So anytime you want to ask anything, you can come up and ask me. There is no problem. Because I am used to that. And I will start with something I did for the last 10 years to make product in India. Usually there are students who made a lot of IT product where they are making apps, all these things. So once we thought that why not some other product? And very important product is the medical product, which we are a poor nation. Most of us cannot afford good medical facility because the average medical facility is very difficult to get. And if you understand, with great respect to the doctors, many of the doctors have become businessmen. So it's very difficult where a service become a business. So therefore we want to make devices in this country which public at large can afford. And you people, I told you, you are individually very important person to me because each of you have a different angle to look at it. And if you together, you can do many things. I will start with this, with a small 3 minutes movie with which 3 of my students are given to show you. So therefore exactly know what they did when they just come out from the undergraduate.
Walk into a top hospital and you expect the best facilities that money can buy, be it the doctors or the infrastructure. What you don't expect perhaps is this. Unfortunately, transferring unconscious and immobile patients from a bed to a stretcher hasn't changed much in over 100 years. 3 to 6 caregivers are first assembled, and then the patient is lifted with the bed sheet and shifted. While this certainly bothers you and me, it bothers the hospital and the staff even more.
The biggest problem is mental. At least 400 because everywhere there is not enough manpower.
और बॉयज को ब्लड कलेक्ट करने के लिए उसमें टाइम लगता है, फिर पेशेंट को शिफ्ट करने में टाइम लगता है.
The whole initial process takes around half an hour.
Very cumbersome and it's very crude picking up patients and shifting them from one place to the other.
और प्रॉपर्ली शिफ्ट नहीं हो रहा तो स्पाइनल के पेशेंट्स होते हैं, ऑर्थो के पेशेंट्स होते हैं, उनमें कॉम्प्लिकेशंस हो जाते हैं.
And transferring the patients, especially in patients in the intensive care unit, in the CCUs, the ICUs, the RCUs, any of the words we had to pick up the patient manually and transfer it onto a trolley, and that's the same thing now.
Patient transfers aren't very different the world over. patients get transferred every second in the US alone. And this costs the healthcare system $1.7 billion every year in work loss and worker compensation, and leads to lost productivity of as much as 750,000 man-days. Lots of companies have tried to solve this problem, and some have met with little success. The solutions have been very expensive, costing anywhere between $300 to $10,000. The shortcomings of the existing devices are: require insertion beneath the patient, causing discomfort and clinical complications. They are difficult to store, require valuable real estate and energy sources like the crane lift, and require upfront capital expenditure by the hospital. We at Transfer Life decided to work in the current hospital system instead of adding another device to the already cluttered hospital environment or changing practice. Transfer Life is the next generation of medical bed sheets. These disposable and sterile sheets are designed to be comfortable enough to be independently used as bed sheets, replacing cotton sheets altogether. They are made of medical-grade polymers which can absorb sweat and blood and are still waterproof to protect the mattress. They are comfortable, are strong enough to not tear, and can withstand a heavy patient weight. They also double up as a patient transfer aid during transfers and are easy to use. Do not need to be inserted under a patient before transfer and do not need to be stored separately. Require no upfront capital expenditure by the hospitals. Reduce caregiver effort. Require no change in current caregiver workflow. The sheet has safety straps to protect the patient by making him immobile during transfer, and has handles for the caregiver to effortlessly pull the patient in an ergonomic manner. The sheet's USP lies in its ability to accommodate transfers on beds and stretchers of different heights, and also the gap between the bed and the stretcher. We believe by using Transfer Life, hospitals can not only increase productivity, leading to not only better bottom lines, but also increase the quality of care and the experience for the patient, and reduce worker compensation. Transfer Life is a project under Stanford-India Biodesign and is an effort of Mansi Agarwal, a dentist who leads the clinical interface, Pooja Singh, a biotech engineer who leads product development, and Kshitij Malhotra, an engineer who leads business development.
Together have done this. And not only that, I strongly believe Lakshmi and Saraswati should be together. If you are smart, you must be rich. Otherwise, there is no value in this society. So, any idea you think you want to start something, you must see the market value first. Will going to be sold. And this company has been, this patent has been purchased by a company called MGM, I will show you. And this guy has made quite a bit of money. And do you know who is the highest buyer? Our defense people are buying this in a very high quantity. Okay. Actually, up to 2005, I was a classical teacher, was teaching medical device, how to make medical device, what is the requirement, how to do it in IIT Delhi. And you know, usually in IIT medical technical teaching is very liberal. You only learn 50% of time in your own discipline, and 50% time you are exposed to other things. In that we have given several courses, how to choose materials for medical device, how to do design for the medical device, all these things. But say like we saw, most of our students are becoming bankers or making area of IT and other things. They are not going to the basic discipline. We think that some ideas should be there that they can use their individual knowledge and group activity to form something that country should benefit. And whole concept of their startup and a company has to be there. So we wrote a proposal, the government of India supported it. We started something called a program which you can make medical device. So I will start with the very beginning. Say like why medical device? No other device. Say like all of you will be born, then will become young, then will become old, then will become very old, and you will die. That is that jatasya dhruvamurti. Means once you are born, you have to die. There is no chance that you will survive forever. When you have to die, this is the most important thing. If you look, say animal world, almost all animals dies the moment their capacity to reproduce has gone. So for the human being, it is only 45 years. After 45 years, the nature has made such a way that you should die. So what happened? All problems start. Somebody has a kidney problem, somebody has blood pressure, somebody has a sugar. But up to 45, everything usually will go correct. After that, you are not required by the nature. But being greedy, being human, you want to continue. All other animals will die the moment their capacity to reproduce has gone. You want to live on, say 100 years, 200 years. But that becomes problem to the society. What happens? In a society, the older people not capable, the younger people have to support. So therefore, as long as you live, you should live independent with dignity. That is the way the medical science has to be advanced. So usually, very few drugs are required up to 45. There is another thing that happens. Say like if you look at, the richer you are, longer you live. Say like people in Japan, average age is something like 85, they will die. India is somewhere here up to 65 now. And actually, say like in my father's time, the retirement age was 55. You know why? The way they made like that, after retirement, you should live only 10 years. So 65 will die. That is the way. But now, we want to live something like that, we are becoming richer and richer. This is the, say, earning per capita earning. So therefore, richer and richer, you are going to live longer and longer. So there is a problem. So what happens? You become rich. So therefore, what has happened? The way you die has also changed. People were dying of, say, like communicable diseases like cholera, smallpox, diphtheria, all these things. We have all vaccine, antibiotics. These things have changed. So you cannot die with an infectious disease, whatever it may be, because you have a lot of things with us to control it. Now the medical problem is low back pain, road injury, something like that. This has the pattern of the death has changed. So like why it has happened? Because of the better sanitation, housing, control of the infectious disease, vaccine and antibiotics. But you have to die. Then you have to choose how you have to choose how you will die. You are dying of, say, like cholera. Now you have to die of cancer. You have to say dying of diphtheria. Now you have to die of the road accident. Something like that. Whole pattern of the death has changed. But you have to die. The cause of the death has changed. Okay? So once the cause of the death has changed, you are 45. The nature wants that you should degrade. Your heart should not work. So now, being a human being, we want to replace almost all of our parts. So now everything is available. Now you can replace your knee, you can replace your heart, you can replace your eye, you can replace your teeth. Teeth has made only 45 years. After that, it should go away. But you want to eat meat, something like that, you have to have new implant. So almost all of your parts you want to change. You have to have better life, good life. It is the one area, lot of money will come and lot of innovation will going to happen. So therefore, medical device, diagnostic, implant has a lot of future so long as human beings are there.